Folks, how the heck are you? This is Kurt Von Annen, and today I'm going to be talking about entrepreneurs, about more confidence in working in the WordPress space. Today we're going to be doing a build with a learning management site in WordPress, but we're going to hit the design from a scratch perspective rather than from a template perspective. Last week we did the template, so let's move forward. Oh, I like that. Nice little smooth intro like that. Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, today I wanted to go over another aspect of working in WordPress, and that is not using the template per se. There's actually two ways that I think I'm going to go about this today. I've got a sample site that's built in the background. In there, I already have the Lifter LMS, which is one of my main tools, especially if I'm doing an online course or membership site. So I've got Lifter LMS already in there. And other than that, it is a standard WordPress install. And we've got maxi blocks in there too, which if we have enough time today, I want to dive in and do that. Now, this is pretty important to me as we continue to go forward. Let's see, let's put a little lo-fi. Let's get some music going in the background for you there. And as we move forward in this today, I really want to welcome folks to put in comments or ask questions, things like that. Like I'll put in here, add your questions here. And if I can get folks to ask questions while I'm live, I'll go ahead and take the moment to share the answer, the opinion, the whatever it is. I'll share that with you live. If I see the question in the replay, then maybe I'll make it part of the next broadcast, or I'll just add the comment to this thread, and that way you'll get a notification that there's been an update. So with no further ado, let's take a dive into this sample site. You'll see I'll do my Infinity screen here first, and then we'll take a look at this is just a vonconcepts.com site. So this is just a sample site that I thought, well, let's just put up something bland. So when you open up a new WordPress website, it's basically blank. This is what you see, right? So this is the opening homepage. I did put Lifter LMS in here, so there is a course catalog that'll populate. There's also a dashboard that users would get access to that help them see where things are at. Now, one of the newest things that's just come out from Lifter LMS is SkyPilot. SkyPilot is a theme. So what I've done is I've gone into themes and I have added SkyPilot. You can see SkyPilot's right here. I'm going to go ahead and activate SkyPilot. So now instead of 2023 being the active theme, we now have SkyPilot as the active theme. Let's go back and take a look at what our website looks like now then, okay? So right out of the chute, we can see that we've got some design changes. We've got the name of the website in a bold font. The title is in a bold, bold font. Our menu has changed its appearance. We've got a dynamic login button now. We still have home, course catalog, and dashboard. If we take a look at that dashboard now, you can see that dashboard's been restyled, looks completely different. And then keep in mind, as you build content within your website, that content will dynamically populate into these areas. And so we'll see more and more interactivity in our website as we build it. We also have a new footer. So you have a header, the body, and the footer, right? So this is the footer. And in this can all be adjusted. So right now what we're working in is called Gutenberg. People refer to it as the block editor, and it's the standard editor that comes with WordPress. Now WordPress 6.2 launched the full site editor with some other features. So if we look at the top black line here, we see that we can edit the page. Purging cache and WP Forms is add-ons that are additional to a plain WordPress install, but this edit site here is new. So if I click edit site, it's going to go into a site editing page that shows me all of my templates. So if I open this caret here, we'll see all of the templates, right? Full width. A blank is a blank screen. So if I want to edit in a blank screen, this is it. I can build a template right off of a pure blank, which is really nice. If I want to change what my 404 page looks like, I can modify this, change this template, and then instead of showing this 404 page, it would show whatever I would build in there, right? Take a look at the membership catalog. It's going to say, this is where the membership catalog template goes. The dynamic nature of Lifter LMS would fill that in. If we go down to page course, so this is how the course is set up. So over here we have, this will be the featured image. This will be the syllabus areas here. And this will be the content that we put in, and it'll have that type of footer. Now, what's interesting is when you start getting into full site editing and working in the Gutenberg editor, if we go to template parts, we're able to change things out, right? So now we can say, do we want the footer? Do we want a minimal footer? What's a minimal footer? Well, that's just simple information, right? So we could go for a minimal footer on our big template, as opposed to the big footer, which is already in place. And so if we want to make changes to these things, for instance, if I want to edit this, I click on the pencil to edit, and over here you can see shortcode. So do I want to put this shortcode in and have the image of the cloud that is normally there, right? So I can say, remove the shortcode. I can say here, remove the column. You can do all these different things. Parent block, we can click here and we can add content. So I can add a block. Maybe I want to put an image in. So let's type in image. Okay. Now I told you I put maxi blocks in here. So image maxi is here, and then standard images through WordPress is there. I'm just going to do a standard image through WordPress. We'll go to the media library. I've got one of the Mañana no Mas symbols in there, and we'll just drop that right in. Okay. So now if I want to save that, I save it. I believe we are saved. It says site updated. We're good there. So I'm going to click here and open up my slider for my side menu. And I'm going to go back out all the way to the beginning, and I'm going to take another look at the site. And when I take a look at the site, what we should see is the change that we just made. So that's how simple we can edit the header and the footer and things like that. Now on this site, you'll notice that the blog page is the home page. That's part of the setup that comes out of the box with any kind of WordPress installation. So what we want to do is we want to open up the dashboard. We want to go down to our main settings. And if we go to general, I think it's actually reading, but here's the name of the site. Here's where we change the URL, and here's the administrator email, things like that, right? If we go into reading, I believe it is, reading says that the home page shows the latest posts. If I want it to be a static page instead of a blog page, well, then I can say, I want people to sign into the dashboard. I want people to sign into the home page. I want people to sign into a purchase page. Let's say the home page. And then the post page, I don't think we have a post page here. So we'll just say the sample page. Okay. And then I'll say save changes. So now if I go back to the home page, here you can see the home page that I've been working on designing in the background. Okay, so these are the folks that I work with. Here are some testimonials. Here's my call to action. And so you're going to say, well, where did that home page come from? So if we go over here and we go to pages and we say add new, this is where I can create one. So let's go ahead and we'll call this one home 2. And the reason I want to do this with you is, and I'm going to go ahead and publish that. So now I have home 2, and just to be super transparent, let's open that up and you can see just how plain that is, right? So we have our header, The body's going to go in this area, and then this whole thing here is the footer. So let's go back and edit this page. This will take us back to that screen. And this is where we are. So what do we want to build, right? So we can go in here and we can say, boom, I think we have, is it home or hero? I don't think we have a hero. They call it cover. Yeah, there we go, cover. So drag and drop onto this block, upload or select existing media from your library. So let's go to the media library. Let's select a picture that we like. You know, I kind of like this one, but it's got a lot of text on it, so I don't want to do that one. Let's pick, because I want to show you something different. So let's pick this computer one. See, and what that does is it lays over in the cover format what we are working with. Okay, so now if I want to add a heading in here, I can say, I'm lost. Hold on. Make sure I can see it. Text white. There we go. Now you can see it. Homepage. And we'll say sample, right? Because we're just making a sample here for this video. Now, if I want to align that to the left, I can. If I want to move it up, move it down, I can do those kinds of things. Right now, I've got it centered. The other thing I can do is if we take a look at the template, we are on template page, the default template. We can go full width if we want, and we can make that larger. So let's take a look at that. And if we want to preview any of these things, we can say preview in another screen. Okay, so that's the picture that we just put in. So let's go ahead and go back to the edit screen, and let's just play and build something out super quick. So I'm going to say media and text. And I'm going to say over here is going to be a picture of some kind. Over here is going to be a heading. And we'll say sample heading. Okay, and then beneath that we can say paragraph. And then what we can do is we can kind of duplicate that over and over again if we decide to, okay? But let's take a look at what we've got so far. I'm going to preview that again for you. And so now we have home to, homepage sample, and you can see how we're starting to build this out. Now, as we build this page out, there's going to be things that we can do design-wise that people ask about, and that would be like, hey, what if I want to change the color? So if I click on that, see how it highlights this whole area? If I go over here to the right side where it says styles, now I can say background, and I can make that a light gray, right? I can, let's see what else we can do in here. Dimensions, add default, letter case. Not too much in here I really want to change. All right. This gives you an idea of what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and update this. And now what I want to do is I want to do something a little different with you. I want to show you that there are big changes that you can make when you just have something like maxi blocks. So we're going to add a new page, and we're going to call this one Home 3. Okay, Home 3. Publish that. And I'll close this. And if you look right here, we've got this Maxi Blocks builder right here. Now, if I go into the template library and I start to look for pages that I want to import, I can import a whole home page and then edit that home page to fit. So I could take, you know, I could well, let's just preview one. I don't even know if you're seeing this as a pop-up. So let me put it in place. I'll insert it. Okay, it says that it is working. If you aren't seeing the pop-up, please know that it auto selects for me whether I'm seeing it on a desktop, a tablet, or a mobile device. And right now it is gathering the assets from the template and putting those into place. I just got a pop-up saying that something wasn't active, but here we go. All right, so we just put a whole page in from Maxi Blocks. And when you take a look at this, in fact, let's just do that. Let's click update and let's go preview this in a new tab. Boom, look at that. We still have our header in place, so that's good. We have our social channels that we can edit and fill in. We've got a whole computer over here, like computer picture. Then we've got blending creative. We can add a video, call to action. You've got all of these things in here that you can modify and play with as part of the template. So if you take a look at all this stuff, you can make changes to any of this stuff that you need to change. But it gives you one heck of a start. Now, what I like about this is I used Maxi Blocks to put this in position, but I can click right on edit page. This will take us back to where we were. In fact, I should have just put it right there. And so if we take a look at this, I can highlight and change any of these things that I need to change in this page. Is it still thinking over here? Let's close this window. Okay, there we go. And so if I want to change this, I can just click on it and I can say, sample for my peeps. Okay, and you get the idea. I can go through here and change whatever I need to change. If I want to change where this links to, I click on it, and this tells me to change the link. I can make it open in a new tab if I want, and I can make it go to the Mañana No Mas page. Right? And then I click here where it says URL, and it highlights that URL and makes that live. So that's a really quick and easy way to start your home page. Now, I will tell you, you built this whole page with Maxi Blocks with the template library, right? So this is a full template. If I go and make changes to the header at this time, then what's going to happen is this page will unformat itself, and then I'll just need to go back to this page, open it in Maxi Blocks, save it in Maxi Blocks, and it'll reformat the page in the Maxi Blocks builder. Works a lot like Elementor in that way. Now, I want to check to see if we have any comments coming in on our StreamYard, and I'm not seeing any comments yet. So, folks, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, bring them. This to me is a lot of fun. So, and the reason I'm doing this, again, is if you're an entrepreneur and you have an idea and you want to get your business online, you might not be the guy that wants to build this whole project yourself, but having an idea of how these things work, how these things go together, it makes you more educated and helps the decision process on picking the right developer, the right agency to help you get your project online. So the reason I do these is Mañana No Mas is a full service agency. So I'm looking for people's business. If people want to bring us business to help them get their online courses up, or to get their businesses started, or to build an e-commerce website, we are absolutely here for that. But I want people to have more confidence in the WordPress space altogether. So whether you are a customer, a do-it-yourself person, or you're a fellow agency, this presentation really is for you to help you build some confidence in this area. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and put them in the comment section. And like I said, if I see them during the live, I'll answer during the live. If it's after the live, I'll put the comment in and you'll get notified that there's been a new comment added to your thread. So I want to do another homepage example with Maxi Blocks, but not a full template. So let's go back to our sample site and let's close a couple of these tabs here. And yeah, I'm not a normal developer. I close my tabs quite a bit. So now we're going to do home 4. So I'm going to open up a new page We're going to call this one Home 4. And basically all I'm doing here is showing you different ways to skin this cat. So last week we went over like doing a full site by a full starter template in Astra. This week I wanted to show you kind of how to build something more from scratch, but it's like to use the Lifter LMS membership and course tools, and then use this new theme, the Sky Pilot theme. The Sky Pilot theme to me is really, really nice. So here we are. This is what we see with our new blank page. This is Home 4. Let's go ahead and edit this page. And now what I want to do is I want to open up Maxi blocks here, but I don't want to do a template or anything like that, okay? What I want to do is I want to come over here to my plus sign, add a block, and in here I'm going to type in Maxi, okay? And that gives me my Maxi choices right here, my main choices. But if I click Browse All and go to Maxi, here's where we see what we have right here. So image, accordion, video, icons. They have an amazing icon library. You can do a group of blocks. You can do the template library from here. And so if I were to open up the template library and I just want to pick a section, let's say I pick a hero image and I like this guy rock climbing, I'm going to take that and I'm going to drop it right in. Okay, so here is the page I'm working on. I dropped in the hero image right here. Gives me everything I need. Now I can go right here and I can click add a block. I'm going to say I want to do it in 2 sections. I'm going to add this. I'm going to go browse all. And let's say I want to add, we could say an image, we could say an accordion. What's a good one to do? What's a good one to do? Let's add a button. So let's add a button in, and let's change that. I'll move that. I want to go, I'll put in an accordion because people sometimes wonder what accordions do. The way that the accordion builder works in Maxi is a little different. So where it says title, I'm going to say idea 1, okay? And then if I click the caret down, that opens up and I can put anything in the accordion. So that's a little different than some accordion builders. So now I add paragraph into the accordion, right? So this is going to say sample paragraph. Okay. And now I close that and I'm going to do another one. I'll do another one. Okay. And you see how easy that is just to break those out. Now over here, I'll say idea 2. Over here, I'll say idea 3. And we'll do this one, and we'll add an image for this one. Okay, and for this one, I'll drop that one down and we'll add, I don't think I have any video. Well, we could put a YouTube one in there. Let me go over and grab a YouTube video off of the Mañana No Mas YouTube channel. Your channel. Here we go. Learning WordPress from the start. That looks familiar. We'll take that copy link there. Go over here to edit this page. And we will put that link right in place. Okay, and so now what I want to do is close that. So now I have my accordion closed. I'm going to select update. I'm going to want to preview it in a new tab. And so here you see I'm still using, again, the Sky Pilot theme, right? So I have that same bold, title font. I had my same bold menu, the good use of white space. I have all that. There's my hero image. And then remember we said we were going to do, we did a split screen. So we added 2 areas, right? And then in this first area, we put in the accordion. And so you can see that drops down, sample paragraph. We'll click that back up. This drops down. There's my image. And then for this one, this drops down and it'll get there. It's going to put that YouTube video in that place. Okay. And let's see if we got a, so there's the YouTube video there. Let's do it. Maybe we should try it a different way. Well, now I'm curious. I want to go back. I'm going to refresh that because maybe it just didn't take yet. And let's go in here. It might be too small. I might not have selected a responsive. That should be popping up right there. But in any case, like I said, these are brand new tools, and I wanted to give people kind of the chance to see what was going on there and see how things worked. I'm going to go back to StreamYard, see if we have any comments. So far, no comments. So last week, we talked about how to host, how to get your site up. We talked about use case. I did a full, 45 minutes, 50 minutes. I did a presentation last week, talked about the basics of WordPress for business. And so there was a full presentation done last week. And then we did a follow-up, and we said, this is how you sign up for the hosting. This is what hosting looks like on these different platforms. I think we did Cloudways as the sample last week. Mañana no Más hosting. It's also a possibility. Ding, ding, ding. I'm willing to host you at Mañana no Más. And then WP Tonic, to me, is a great resource because if you're building a more complex website, do I still have any coffee? I do. If you're building a more complex website, you want lots of tools, you start looking at all those plugins and how much those plugins actually cost. WP Tonic is like a saving grace for that because when you host with them, they give you their agency license for things like Lifter LMS, Fluent CRM, Elementor Pro, Fluent Form, WP Fusion, Automator WP, Buddy Boss. If you wanted a Buddy Boss website, which is a really, really cool social structure, I even have a Buddy Boss website. In fact, let me go ahead and show you one of those real quick. WP e-learning. That's up. Hold on. I got to turn off my security. That's one of them. So this is a Buddy Boss website, meaning, I've got the normal homepage and things like that, and I've still got courses and all of those things. But if we go to newsfeed, my newsfeed comes up in a social structure that shows my most recent blog posts in one area, shows the feed in another, right? So it shows the activity of all the members, shows the latest updates, shows who's active, what groups are popular, and it gives you a complete social interactive space that is what we call decentralized social media. So it's off Facebook, it's off Twitter, it's your own space, you manage it. And here you can see I put in courses, an about page, contact page, I've got a groups page, and we've got an access to different members that are part of the website. So if you wanted to know, well, gee, I want to talk to another member of the site. Well, here's Margaret, here's Mateo, here's Neville. And so you can find people, connect with them, and then you can actually see their newsfeed within their profile or invite them to your group, which is kind of a cool thing. So there are a ton of things that we can do inside WordPress. And like I was just describing, being able to put that, you know what? I didn't even show it to you, did I? Add to stream. Did I just show this to you guys, or did I forget to click share screen? So like I said, it has a normal homepage. Okay, so it has a normal homepage. And then I've got a newsfeed page. That newsfeed page is that social interaction I was talking about. So this is where it adds the newsfeed in, kind of like Twitter, Facebook, those kinds of things. Obviously it supports images, things like that. So that's really cool. Recent posts, go over here, latest updates, and you see here what groups are more popular and active and things like that. And so this is a way of decentralizing that social media and taking the power away from big tech and allowing you to run your own, curate your own tribe and audiences and private conversations in a space that's just for you. And so that's a thing that I really, really like. And again, that's one of the tools that you can get through WP Tonic as part of the hosting package, or obviously you can go to Buddy Boss and you can sign up with them and pay full price. Folks, I obviously love what I do. I hope that you're finding some value in the time that I'm spending here doing this for you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you have a project, if you have a side hustle that you're thinking about launching, it doesn't matter whether you have a full-time job, part-time job, you've been laid off, you're unemployed, whatever. There is never a bad time to cultivate your idea and start to get it online. I coach a lot of people on how to get their startup started, how to get it launched. When you work with Mañana No Mas, you are not just hiring a web guy. It's not like signing into Fiverr and hiring a developer for 20 bucks an hour that lives in another country to just put your images where you want and your text where you want. When I work with clients, it's generally more from a consultative perspective. So I'll say, what's your business? What widgets are you trying to sell? How big is your community? What are your goals for growing your community? Do you want social? Do you want to sell hard parts through your website? Like, do you want a store that delivers products? So do you want like real e-commerce, or do you want to sell digital material? Do you think a membership or a subscription is something that fits your use case? And as we have these discussions and answer these questions, we come up with a strategy of how we can first put forth a minimal viable product so you can do a proof of concept and sample your idea. And then how do we go from minimal viable product to, a class A, number one rated web entity that's, well hosted, well represented, looks good, and makes you feel good to have the product out. And that's what I work with people on. So if that sounds good to you, reach out to me. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, you can hit me up in the LinkedIn Messenger. Not a problem. If we're not already connected, connect. We can get together on a short icebreaker conversation. Those icebreaker conversations to me are sales-free zones. I just want to know who I'm connected to, what you're into, where your focus is. If I've got people in my network that you should meet, we'll get you guys together. And hopefully if you've got people in your network that I should meet, we get those introductions out of the way as well. Folks, I appreciate this time that I get to spend with you. I hope that you find some value in it, and I will come back to you probably later in the week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.